Fight On family? Preston's Paradise here. A little bit of a different video today. First off, though, before I get into anything, I really truly just want to thank anybody that subscribed to the channel recently, liked any of the videos. I mean, this is just me talking about a football program that I've loved for most of my life. And I truly feel honored that you come on this channel and listen to my opinions or listen to my takes about this team and this program. So thanks to everybody in the USC football community on Twitter, on YouTube, that's kind of helped me out get a grasp of some following and some audience, and bless you all. I really appreciate having you guys here with me through this journey, right? So today I'm gonna really get into Lincoln Riley and what's been going on with him, right? As I talked about last week when I was previewing the Penn State game, I told you guys, right? I knew that, the hot seat conversation was going to come about Link, if we didn't get the dub. But, against my fear, we competed very well against Penn State, lost the game by 3 points in overtime. A lot of stuff we can improve on after that loss. It is a back-to-back loss, which hurts a little bit more. And USC currently sits 3-3, but national media can't even deny that this is a good team. I believe, my personal opinion, that we are the most battle-tested team in the country at this point. I currently just watched this On Us episode 7 that USC football put out, and it was beautiful, and it had me thinking, right? Like, there's been a lot of hot seat conversation about Lincoln and this program and his future with the program. And, we always talk about Lincoln being a young coach, right? At 41 years old, and, he enjoyed a lot of early success at Oklahoma and his previous stops, and, was kind of anointed as, the golden child of college football, very intelligent play caller. Also kind of looked at as a player's coach, offensive genius. And, that's all fine and dandy, man. But from the naked eye, as somebody that's been on teams where, I've been on a team where, sure, we were a team. Sure, we wore the same uniforms, whether that be in high school, junior college, or a brief stint in Division I football. But when it comes to a locker room, right, there's teams within the team. There's cliques within a locker room. Many teams, you wouldn't even believe that many teams in college football, sure, you got a team. There's guys that never speak to each other in the locker room, ever. And this is going on 3-4 months. Guys don't even exchange words, whether that be on the practice field, in the facility weightlifting, or on the field, because, they're on opposite sides of the ball. They never have to interact. They never have to speak about any, things that go on scheme-wise or football-wise. And they're not similar people, right? And when I look at this team right now, right, back-to-back losses, we are fighting, man. The fight in this team, it truly amazes me. I mean, we're shorthanded, still competing with the top teams in the country. You guys remember what happened last year, how we went on that slide, and things got worse as the year went on. Like, we didn't have ups and downs. Like, we were 6-0, start losing games, and things just got worse. You had that ugly, double overtime game against Cal at the end of the season. You had the ugly UCLA loss. You had the Utah loss, obviously the Notre Dame loss, and things really got worse as time went on with last year's team. Apologies, I'm a little under the weather, trying to get better. But when you are leading a blue blood program, and you got 5 stars and 4 stars, highly touted individuals that play the game of football. Their entire life, they've been told, yo, you're the best, you're going to the NFL, you got to look out for you, do what's best for you. So there's a very individualistic mindset that a lot of these athletes come in with, right? The job of the coach is to take all those individuals and make them a team. Take all those individuals and say, hey, man, there's a guy right behind you that is just as talented as you. Are you okay with? You might have to give him that opportunity. You might have to step down and get to this other spot for the betterment of the team and the whole environment, right? And I think that's exactly what you see with this team. Like, even our highly touted guys, like, you wouldn't even know that they're walk-ons. You know what I'm saying? These guys are working hard. I hear great stuff coming out of practice. I'm obviously not at practice, but people talk about guys getting in work after practice. Guys getting extra work in the weight room. You see the camaraderie on social media that I didn't see last year at all. I mean, this goes back to the season even starting when I see freshman linebackers posting, Jonah Monheim being, rated the #1 center in the country. Regardless of, a wide receiver having a good day or a bad day or a good season or a bad season, they're posting their other wide receivers or tight ends, clips or, highlights on Instagram because I follow all these guys. And there's a very selfless attitude about this team. There's a very, family attitude about this team. And when I reference back to this On Us episode on the USC football, these guys are athletes, but these are human beings, and they go through things just like you and me. I mean, these are just people at the end of the day that play the game, right? So regardless of how the season goes, stick behind these guys if you're truly a fan of the program. And it's not easy, man. I mean, at the end of the day, you lose games, but kids are still getting up 4:30 in the morning. Still got to go to class. People have children. Obviously, people have girlfriends, wives. So we have to. This is something that I noticed, right? This is something that I noticed. And when you have a coach like Lincoln Riley, when I hear him speak, Rusty Arrogant Nation, shout out to Rusty on Arrogant Nation on Twitter. He put out something that a recruit. Lincoln was talking to recruits last week going to the Penn State game, and he was just describing things are not always going to go your way. I mean, everybody knows this in life. I mean, me being 30 years old at this point, I know that there's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days. There's going to be times where you do everything right and still don't succeed, right? And then there's going to be times where you do things right and you do succeed. And you have to realize that you got to just take it in. You got to go through the ebbs and flows of life. And I think he's really doing a great job at communicating that. I think he's really doing a great job at building human beings. And I think he's doing a great job of just being honest with these guys, right? You play football. I mean, you have coaches. I was coached at high school by University of Miami great, Cleveland Browns wide receiver, my old coach, Joe Myra. Great coach, very hard-nosed guy, got on me, but was always honest with me. And you always got to respect a coach that's honest with you. I mean, it's nice for people to blow up your head and make you feel good about yourself. As human beings, we all love that, right? But I think what Lincoln is doing with these guys, he's really just being completely honest, laying it on the field. And when your coach is honest with you, that's how you really build that trust, and that's how you really go to bat for the coaching staff, right? You also got Eric Henderson on staff. Super, crazy story, life that he's lived. Danton Lynn, DC, Ince, former head coach. So these guys are doing. He not only is Lincoln leading in the right direction, he's got great leaders behind him. So I'm super pleased that the progression that I'm seeing. And I know we all want wins, right? Everybody want wins. You play to win the game. But you can't deny, and I'll say it right now, this team this year is better than the team last year. It also got me back to thinking, right, on the Voice of College Football last Wednesday, me and Tim Prangley, we got a question, who do you guys expect to step up? And, I played basketball. I love the game of basketball. It's truly my first love. In basketball, one guy can really impact the game, right? In football, one guy is not going to get you wins. We saw it with USC football last year. Had the best football player in the country, in Caleb Williams. He couldn't swing it to get us wins, going 7-5 last year. You know what I'm saying? Or 8-5 last year. It's a team. You got to have a team in football. Everybody's got to step up. Everybody's got to do their job. And I truly believe that, these guys are trusting in Lincoln. He's building personal connections. He's building them up as human beings. And he's explaining that, we're going to continue to work hard. We're going to continue to correct week by week. We're very close. And eventually the tide will turn. Eventually the tide is going to turn. And we're going to start racking up these W's back to back to back. And I think we're going to end the season very strongly. I love the attitude of this team. There's no quit in this team. And I just had a light fall. That's very unfortunate. But I'm just very pleased with Lincoln Riley as the head coach of this football team, and super excited for what the future holds for this team and Lincoln as well. And I just feel inspired, man. I feel inspired that, you know, these guys can look to a leader that is going to be 100% real with them, hold them accountable, explain that, you know, things aren't always going to be easy. You know, you're going to work hard and you may lose. Sometimes you're going to work hard and you may win. And that's just life, man. So just shouts out to Link. Things are going to get better. Just my thoughts on, you know, the Lincoln Riley hot seats conversation, right? I think that Lincoln also holds itself accountable, right? So I like to see him, you know, improve a little bit in late game situations as far as us and the players on the field. And I expect that to happen as well, man. We're chipping away. You know, we're doing some recruiting, seems to be, you know, taking a turn in a positive direction. Got two big time defensive commits last week. It's looking like we're crystal ball to get a nice size offensive tackle out of Utah. So hopefully that comes to fruition. We all know how recruiting goes. So, I mean, it's very fickle at times, but I believe we will lock that down for the offensive line. And super excited, man. We got Maryland tomorrow. I will be doing a game, keys to the game against Maryland. Be uploading that. That'll be the next video. I'll probably upload that in the next couple hours. Try to knock out a couple of videos so I can drink some Theraflu and go to sleep. But hey, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. It's fight on forever, baby. And yeah, man, thanks for the support. If you enjoy the videos, please like, please subscribe, share, and till next time, fight on.